Alrighty, super learners. Today, we are going to learn about my least favorite season, just because I don't like to be cold. Today, we're going to be talking about winter. And this book is the last one that we will be reading. And let's go ahead and jump into Winter by Ann Herriges. We have our table of contents where we find information and what page we can find it on. Okay, winter is the season that comes after fall. Winter is different all around the world. Some places are very cold in winter, but other places can be hot. If you remember back to our Holidays Around the World project, when Australia celebrates Christmas, they go to the beach because it is hot during their winter time, because they're on the other side of the world. It's kind of depends on where they are with that imaginary line in the middle of the earth that, remember, we call that the equator. In cold places, which is what we're going to be talking about, the air is frosty. You can see your breath. So have you ever been outside on a cold winter morning and you take a big breath in and you blow it out and you can see your breath? It's really cool. The ground freezes. Lakes and ponds freeze too. Now, this is mostly, if we're talking about in the United States, this mostly happens in like mountain areas, like in North Carolina. It would be like in Asheville and places with mountains, or like up north in, say, New York or Minnesota, other states that are higher up in the map, if you will. Snow falls when the air is cold. Now, here in North Carolina, and let me rephrase that, here in Charlotte, North Carolina, we don't get a whole lot of snow. When we do, it's exciting, but it's not usually very much. But there are places where it snows for a good portion of the winter and even for part of the fall and spring. The snow lands on the ground. Look how it can pile up. Winter can bring a blizzard. Heavy snow falls. And if you remember back to our weather research project, we briefly talked about blizzards when we talked about snow, and blizzards are heavy snowstorms. Icy wind blows the snow around. It is hard to see in a blizzard. It's best to stay inside during a blizzard. The sun is low in the sky in winter. Shadows are long. So if you look at this picture here, the sun is from this angle behind the tree, and the tree is making a long shadow on the snow. There is not much daylight in winter. It gets dark before dinner time. It said that the shortest day of the year where the sun is not out for a long time is December 21st, which is the opposite of the longest day of the year, which is June 21st. Plants stop growing in winter. Some trees lose their leaves. If I were writing this book, I would say most trees lose their leaves, but there are some that keep them. Deer eat small twigs from trees and shrubs. Shrubs are like little kind of bush plants, or like some trees, like I said, like evergreens, they keep their green leaves, which are needles. Not like needles like you get a shot, but they're just pointy kind of leaves type. Squirrels eat the nuts they hid in fall. If you remember back in our fall book, we specifically read a page about squirrels and how they gather them all up and hide them. Some animals grow thicker fur to keep them warm because they don't have blubber, like some of those Arctic animals we learned about. Sometimes their fur even changes color to match the snow. This helps them be camouflaged to hide or to blend in with their surroundings so they don't get attacked or eaten by other animals, by predators. Some animals sleep through the winter. Bats sleep close together in caves. And we also talked about bears sleep through the winter. That's called what? Do you remember? Yep, hibernation. Mice sleep in burrows, like these little holes or tunnels that they kind of dig in. There's that little mousey. Snakes and turtles sleep deep underground. They are cold-blooded animals, so it's important for them to stay deep, deep, deep where it can't freeze. It is fun to play outside in winter. Put on your coat, boots, hat, and mittens. We'll talk about that part tomorrow. I will bring this back up when we talk about our clothes. The winter snow is good for sledding, skiing, and making snow people. So if you look up here, sled is usually like a flat piece of plastic, and you can ride in the snow. Skiing is you have two long pieces of like wood and plastic, and you use ski sticks. They're called ski poles, and they help you slide down the mountain and ski. And then of course, do you want to build a snowman? Come on, let's go and play. Sorry, I watched Frozen the other night. At the end of winter, the air feels warmer. Snow starts to melt. Icicles, which are these, it's like frozen water, go drip, drip, drip. Spring is almost here. And here is our glossary where we can find our vocabulary words and what they mean. What are some things that you like to do in the winter? My favorite thing is to stay inside and drink hot chocolate, but that's just me. When I was little, I liked playing in the snow and building like a snowman or snow angels. That was fun too. But I always got really cold. Can't wait to hear from you.